stabilization and unsustainability. The kilesas undermine our self-governance. These are inner sensations and motivations. These are states of mind and heart, and they separate us from what is established and firm in the world. They separate us from the Dharma. If we want to get closer to the Dharma, we have to take care of the kilesas. So what are they? Very simply, greed, hate, delusion, conceit, wrong views, doubt, torpor, restlessness, shamelessness, and recklessness. I don't have the time to go into it, but I think you get the right idea. These make you unhappy, and they cause friction. And the point that John Monod made earlier about this notion of dukkha, bad fit, not the right place, right? If you have too much kilesas, there's a bad fit, and you're not really in the right place. So what to do? First, the Buddha recommended the Noble Eightfold Way, which we've discussed. The Noble Eightfold Way is a way of getting away from the kilesas. If you can walk the Noble Eightfold Way, the kilesas are under control. You have self-governance. But I think one of the problems, at least one of the problems I had with the Noble Eightfold Way, is how do you do this? You want right action, you want right thought, you want right livelihood, you want right concentration. So where do you start? And how do you do this? Where does the power come from inside you to do the right thing? And here I learned a very important lesson from Dr. Priyanut the other year when she gave a lecture, is that she takes the Noble Eightfold Way and she uses the design of the circle, where the 8 points are around in a circle rather than a list. In the West, when you read Buddhist, usually they list them. If they're in a circle, it doesn't matter where you start, because each one helps the other. So one of the points that Dr. Priyanut made is you start wherever you are, what's easy for you. I like to suggest to students that you start with right speech, because it's kind of easy to speak and to think about the words you're going to use. But if you're working on right speech, then you have to have right thoughts, right? And if you get right speech and right thoughts, then right action is a little easier. And then you go deeper into right concentration and things like that. But we are here talking about powers and abilities to do things. What does Buddha tell us about that? Well, they're the paramitras, which we don't talk about very much, but these are virtues. And in Thai, a very simple, powerful concept is barami. People who have barami become leaders. The paramitras, put them all together, I think that builds up into barami. And there's an issue, of course, whether the barami comes to you as your karma or whether you can build up your barami in this life. As a Farang, my feeling is you can build up your barami in this life by acquiring the virtues of the paramitras, which are generosity, virtue, morality, renunciation of bad things, transcendental wisdom and insight, energy, diligence, vigor, effort, patience, tolerance, forbearance, acceptance, truthfulness, honesty, determination, resolution, loving kindness, equanimity, and sincerity. These are all characteristics of us which we can build up. It's like exercising a muscle, is it not? You exercise your muscle, it gets stronger. You build up these things, you get stronger, easier to walk the Noble Eightfold Path, and easier to push the kilesas down and out. Now, if we apply this thinking to governance, what do we get? I suggest in the Theravada tradition, which also goes back to India, King Ashoka, the great Buddhist monarch, had something like this. They're the special virtues, the special paramitras of the Tosapit Rajatam, the 10 special virtues. And there are two references in the Chronicles of Ayutthaya here in Thailand, which talk about this. So, quote, "It is customary that a great king of kings, a Chakravartin, who upholds the 10 kingly virtues." This is the Chronicles of Ayutthaya. They were recognizing that the kings of Ayutthaya were supposed to uphold the 10 kingly virtues, can be compared to the shelter of a great holy bo tree, and that people come to seek the protection of the king's accumulated merit with the hope of escaping various calamities. An individual who has these 10 kingly virtues, and here the reference in the Chronicles is to the king, but as His Majesty commented the other year, this could be to a puyaiban. This same thing applies to a puarachigan changwat, right? A village leader, a municipal leader, a provincial official, members of the foreign ministry staff. They have responsibilities. Now, what are the Tosapit Rajatam? First is dana, giving knowledge and useful advice. Sila, the personal capacity to live by norms and good practices, to have self-control and self-restraint. His Majesty King Rama IX, I think, was remarkable, particularly for his self-control in this respect. Parasyaga, a virtue which empowers you to sacrifice for the common good. It's not about you as the Karachagan, as the government civil service. It's about the higher good. Ajaba, loyalty to standards above and beyond self, truthfulness and honesty. Madhava, avoidance of arrogance in thinking, be open to advice and gentle in responding to others. King Bhumipan was scrupulous in presenting his ideas as suggestions. If you recall the presentation of Kun Nik about the sufficiency economy principles, His Majesty did not lecture. His Majesty did not point his finger. He didn't say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He suggested the cause of the Tom Yam Goong crisis might be greed. And if that's the cause, then what's the solution? Tapa is self-discipline, being diligent in performance of duty. How many times are we frustrated when government officials do not attend to their duties and ignore us and ignore what they're supposed to do? Akoda, purging of anger, not giving in to feelings of vindictiveness or hatred. Avihimsa, Kanti, patience and perseverance. Avirodhana, reaching out to rectify misdeeds. Misdeeds happen. It is a special virtue of the official, of the king, to reach out and provide justice, to know when something has gone wrong and to take proper action. So let me conclude with the thought that with the Tosapit Rajatam, we have better public governance, we have moral governance at the level of the state, which makes it easier to have moral governance in the family, in the village, and in the individual. And finally, if we have individuals who build up the paramitras, who follow the Noble Eightfold Path, who eliminate the kalisas, they can implement the SDGs. Thank you very much.